It's Ruth Langsford, Connie Nolan, Kelly Brook and Nadia Sawala.
So they're looking, and neither have Diane.
So that's justice for.
Two.
But she hasn't got any friends. The
Yeah.
person you've got a grudge against does.
Don't you? You can feel it when you've got a grudge against someone. You hear about them, and you can feel that pain.
I think-
isn't
But
it?
how do you
It's a
stop it,
negative.
Colleen?
It's a negative thought. I mean, there are things that are unforgivable. You have to forget. But don't. Yeah, but
Well,
have to
that's
learn to
exactly
forget
it,
them.
yeah.
Surely.
Compensation.
But I mean, I
that's
think
in cases where that person.
you know, you want an apology. Yeah, you do want a financial compensation to something. It's ruined your life. Who knows what your life would have been?
It
The wrong, but you
No.
end up with something. I think that's the key.
But I
isn't
think
it?
that I don't think I could.
No. So he's lucky to have her.
You go, girl.
Of what it really goes on behind the red carpet. Can't wait for that.
Heard and your parents, and was that quite?
But you were close, Brook. And
He tried. My husband couldn't get a word in. I didn't realise how competitive he was. Lovely jolly, and it's so hard.
Then they'll bring you the beer, the cup.
That's not great.
Brook.
I believe that.
Why?
I just do.
Yeah, you do.
Really?
Yeah, when they're kind of thing, people bribe me. Same thing.
He always knew that A-levels and university was going to be in their future.
No,
So there's this entitlement that they know they're going to be looked after.
It's incentivising, going, so we'll give you 20 quid of a pass.
Where it was
So
never...
different.
Yeah.
Because Nadia, we went to the same school down and do my A-levels, but the cost of that was
this
just
was a drama.
the scholarship to stay on and do my A-levels, but my family couldn't afford the travel and what that, in their eyes, I was an adult. And
That always...
I always knew that, like, I wasn't going to be funded. I left home and joined the army, and I ended shacking up with someone that was a bit older than me that had a house. And that is the
But
truth
you've
of
worked
it.
really-
You're grown up now, you've got to move out. I would have loved to have stayed on and done A-levels and had and even now, like, I look back and I think, God, I would have worked so hard and done so well. And knowing how
that's
and
the
how
thing that you
judged
said
you are
you
when
would
you're
have-
working class and you don't have an education or a degree.
But
People
we're
really
gonna
look
talk
down
about
on you.
judgment and class in a minute, and
Yeah.
your roots, where you came from.
Well, I guess you've got the financial implications of being from a working class background. You know, you've probably got the accent, haven't you? You know, when I left school, I was all like this and all like that. And people just automatically go, oh, you know, to a drama school. All of that was kind of not going to be in the Royal Shakespeare Company, but you might be in EastEnders. So limiting, isn't it, when you're pigeonholed? And I guess judged in a way. I don't know how you...
So how much people were actually right? Do you know what I mean? Why'd you say back like that?
Received, and I had to learn it when I did Miss Marple, the moving finger. They go to me, do your posh accent. I don't know what to say. Oh, no, Mr. Symington, there he was in the cupboard, dead as a dodo.
On my teeth it happens.
I loved it. It was just nice to have the opportunity to show that you can do fire as
So
well. And when he won the
fantastic.
BAFTA, he just looked. He's always been so glamorous and sexy. And it's France.
Yeah.
I mean, they're at the home of the Moulin Rouge.
They play lacrosse.
And it's like, for me, you've got the film festival, which is obviously the serious bit and what it's for. And then you've got the red carpet and then all the brands that are there.
Oh, wow.
And everyone kind of plots up at the Hotel Martinez. And you literally go from room to room and people are throwing dresses at you.
Wow.
Well, you look
And
great.
jewellery. And it's just
Throwing jewellery at you.
Yeah.
What kind of jewellery?
It's just a market.
So can I just ask?
But they're
I'm
beautiful.
fascinated by
Yeah.
this. So you said
Yes.
you were going into a hotel, someone dressed, someone gives you diamonds to wear,
Yeah.
and then
I mean, I've always been a +1, so either I've been there with a friend or a designer or a jewelry advertising their product marketplace, really, and Heidi Klum and all those girls will be there because it's a huge part of
with your work.
Yeah, absolutely. It was there, and it's fun because it's the south of France. It's glamorous. It's
I remember
sunny.
one
It's
dress,
beautiful.
you were hardly anything of it.
That was at
I
the
remember.
Snatch premiere. Was it when I was showing the Snatch?
Yeah. I remember seeing that thinking, oh, she must have torn half her dress off.
Do you know what? I was 21 years old and I
Yeah.
tried on a bunch of dresses and the styling for
I
it.
look like that, I would
done by
like you
Julie
said,
McDonald.
it's what there's, the Met Ball.
I like the theatre of it.
Yeah, free the nipple.
A bit of nipple. That's
It's actually everyone. You've got
also,
everyone.
but also hard.
Are we scaring you, Kelly?
I
Well, you should
don't
be.
have the conversation, so when we do talk about this, I'm not in the mood or whatever, which is never. But I've got an idea. I think scheduled sex is a good thing. I think when you first meet someone, you probably know that weekend you're going to
Your
be
best pants.
Yeah, so, and then I don't understand why in long-term relationships or marriage, that's a bit cringe, or that's a bit awkward.
Do you do that? Do you do that?
Before you go out.
Yes.
Okay.
Because after you've been on a night out, probably not in the mood. So
I always
the
say if you-
BAFTA's on in before. So actually, I should have credited Jeremy and not the makeup artist because I'm the red carpet glow.
Get it out of the way before.
If I was going out for the night, let's do it before we go out.
Shower,
Shower,
details
then
if
you
you
do.
were. No, you're together. If you don't schedule it, you're not going to have time, are you? Because life just takes over. You're working. We've got to get to the bath. So it's just
No, but I don't think. Oh, by the way, at 2 o'clock, not do it for me. But I
You can forgive someone and never see them again. It's not about very hard, and I do not bear in a grudge.
Yeah. But do you think?
and it's like, how do you get rid
And
of
the
that?
poison.
And yeah, and
You poison yourself.
It is a
don't you?
poison.
She's beautiful and wealthy and has multiple homes and cars. She was tied with her wrists and her feet. She think what you did is okay. You've changed my life forever. But
It was a stage school, so I had a grant to kind of. I got
I'd
brother
always grown up with the idea, like, when you're 16, that's when you'll start working.
anymore. Like it was
Yeah.
going to be down to me to figure it out. And I think my brother moved out. I mean, that is the trick.
But I don't know where I need, like, a little trip to the pub or something.
stop,
A little pub.
just-
Opposite way, actually.
Well, if I said I'd come out and I'll cook something.
Not going to go to university and you need to get out and get a job. But then you've been welcomed in a way because they were like, okay, working class. And you do feel...
You're a stage school brat then. It's like, why people just got that insecurity, and then I just felt like it was my own, like, low self-esteem, where I just thought, I see where I did for so many years, I worked as a presenter on that. And
company and they want you on the red carpet, obviously, because you're a business.
Yeah. And did you feel it?
because if you haven't got testosterone, you haven't got ooh la la.
And do you
So
think many
it's-
women do?
What? You know, you could say, no, because
It must be quite hard to navigate.
really unfair. There's a wealth gap in this, because if you have to work really hard to convince GP to give it, because it's not licensed. Have an Irish coffee, have it in your bar before you've gone. You're a marriage game, aren't you? That's like mega forgiveness, isn't it? If you then try and turn... that seems brutally hot.
Harry, 2 o'clock Tuesday, because that's when we're having it.
Cathartic and like a bit of an eye-opener for you both.
Yeah, because I don't...
It was not that at all.
Certainly wasn't.
A lot
It is-
harder than sometimes it comes across.
It is. It's a boarding school, but that's
that's
what
what
happened.
How you
Yeah.
feel?
Yeah. So they say, or till a few weeks ago, you know, you think...
Yeah.
We hold the dearest, like that something.
Not bad, is it?
I mean, he was named the beast of like a confession, but he's saying that a responsible adult with him. There are lots of flaws. He's always protested his innocence, and there's some closure in that. And actually now that has been reopened, so that brings that all up. But the finally,
But
But here's the
prison.
thing, he's
imagine
already...
what life was like in prison.
Yeah, horrendous.
2 or 3,
I
really.
want you to not care. They don't care. They've
Stay with them, but forgive, like,
Yeah.
you say, Colleen, for your...
And it's triggering when they call or when you see a picture of them. Or
I find it... I want to look at forgiveness, empathy for actually what
So
she
this is
went
where
through, and pray and plead that she had babies and to let them live. I think she just reduced that, like, the good out of it.
And also,
Because-
you sometimes... So
Yeah.
£1 million sounds like a lot of money, OK? But if you...
Right, in the respect that no one's won in this case because... and I don't know if they could... I don't know if I'd
back.
yeah.
And obviously, you know, this who that was. So obviously, I'll race him back now and give him the...
I love it.
Grace, if you revise, we'll give you a little bit of money. I did.
Why not?
I bribe children all the time.
I guess
They do. They come up and they go, you've been on it's life.
But did you do that for exams?
Yes, I did.
So, like,
Because they have to pass. It's not in the grades they've asked for. So it's
I
not
feel like it's like
It's not about the amount, it's about the... You know, it's what...
up doing some modelling, and actually how much it's held me back in this industry.
As we all know our children. Some children don't need any...
Weird, I have to bribe my youngest out of a room.
Never gone out.
Interesting, Kelly.
There is a job there for you, but it's very...
I think you do get judged and tend... I won't tell you what I say back because I can't on date. She's going to hate me because she's posh. 20 minutes meeting, I thought she's more...
different accents and be
But
different
you
people.
said about Linda.
...of the manner because they judged her on her accent and the way she...
I'm so shocked, and you... I know, and I think...
You know,
Yeah.
up there for awards. Just take yourself onto the red carpet.
Yeah, definitely one of those things on the calendar in the year.
Was it pink or red?
Said, if you can't wear it now, when can you wear it?
Yeah.
So I just, it was
like
so
that,
much
yeah.
fun. I mean, it was a dress...
everyone walked up the red carpet in a, demure black dress. It would all be a bit
nipplage, isn't it?
I've maybe just lost my libido.
Right off your husband or the fact that
But listen,
I've got
Kelly,
an idea. What about,
you're younger.
Yeah,
So
curious, because if I get migraines or sometimes you actually schedule it, don't you? You have a day that scheduled sex becomes a bit like, well, I think the key is to get it out the way out and you get home, you take your shoes off, you have something to eat. I should have
Colleen, she's
There's a pill that I can give some man that wants to.
Fresh out. If you're in a longer marriage, you're going out for a date, you're a little bit tense and you have dinner.
We've got a window. Let's go.
I think scheduling a lovely night away together or
very powerful, his statement, because you would immediately think after that initial confession, which he then went back on and said, actually, I
wasted his whole life. I mean, his whole thing is he's about things. I mean, grudges that happened 20
get confused, don't we? And we think, I
am making a choice.
There's things that you can never forgive, but I think
maybe freed, and you go, is it justice because there were compensation?
I just think it's that acknowledgement, isn't it? It's poor Jeremy. Poor Jeremy.
Thinking, I reckon.
Certain age, you think, can I still?
Certain areas that you can't. Which makes
That's
you go,
very true.
Hey, or did you have to think about
I
it?
did. I said yes straight away, didn't I, Mel? It was one of those.
So you both obviously wanted to go for the adventure and excitement.
So
how often were you seeing each other?
Those conversations about your childhood,
but not necessarily.
You were separated.
So
you both had different ideas.
The very point is that I think we've got the photograph.
Why or just... But you're right.
Bad influence.
We saw a clip of Kelly and her husband arguing, or Kelly mostly arguing.
Of the accommodation that you stayed in,
You could laugh or cry.
Oh, yeah.
Did you support each other? Because I'm sure there are times, one of you may be a bit down one day.
You should have taken me.
Did you see those Indian buses?
I know who Brian... That's Colleen. You're your biggest fan, aren't you?
Yeah. Colleen.
I used to get in the car.
See Brian and Melvin tonight, BBC... Brian and Melvin.
Oh, lovely.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Nadia and I are feeling slightly left out.
We're just...
Don't worry. If we do that, feel good, we'll get an ice cream on the way home. Sorry, people that love chemistry.
And that lifestyle, I mean, once I was 16, because it was just the case of like, well, maybe that should have...
I was going to say, have you ever felt judged? But clearly...
Yeah, you're not educated and you're common as muck and going...
Well, I think I felt very judged that I was...
told accent sometimes, because I've always said... Right, we have...
The Pigalle and all of this, I think it...
But you've done Cannes, you've done it.
I just know that all the supermodels like Alessandra Ambrosia...
Pop a pill, ladies, if it meant it gave you back your vavaboom.
It's going to fix that.
No.
If you've gone off it, gone off it.
Yeah, I mean,
We need a garden wall. You have it before.
The schedule thing's interesting.
with your tablet.